Hello and welcome everybody to the InSound Mind tutorial. Any percent. This is quite an in-depth game and there's a lot to know about the ins and outs. I have the 100% record at the moment myself, and that is a very in-depth run, and it's my personal favorite, but I get a lot of requests for an InSound Mind any percent tutorial, so I figured here we go, let's just get it all out. I'd say there's a high chance that this game still has a lot of juice left in it, juice being like time saves, so this guide could be very volatile and become obsolete at any point, I don't know. But there's tons of really cool tricks and little tidbits to know, so let's get into it. I hope I'm not going to miss anything too severe. Just to begin, this game has a complete working auto splitter. I highly recommend you set it up. Very keyly, it removes loads. So you want to go into LiveSplit. I assume you know how to install it. Set the game name as InSound Mind, and this text should appear. You want to activate it, then go into settings, and then you'll okay. It's broken. All right, sick. That's not what I expected to see. I guess I have to fix this now. Okay. Cool. That's not at all what I expected. Why is that broken? Is it because this is broken? Glad I found that. Glad I found that. Okay. Alright, here we go. So, what you'll probably see is this. You'll see split on level events, and then a bunch of text boxes, split on equipable pickup, and then a bunch of boxes, item pickup, and then a bunch of boxes. For any percent, generally people only do it on level events, and that is entering or leaving a level. So I would recommend for this setup here, I would recommend just selecting everything. I think there's some other configurations but you'll have to figure it out. So there's Desmond's tape, there's Virginia's tape, and then Homa-Mart. So Virginia's tape is like the section, the intro section before the main level, Homa-Mart, and the same with Alan's tape and Icarus and all the rest of them. In any percent, you'll want to, if you have Alan's tape enabled, for example, you'll want to enable this as well, because technically you enter it twice. But yeah, you just mix and match these. If you want to know more about the auto splitter, please ask me on Discord. In the Horror Speedruns Discord, in the InSound Mind channel. I will help you out. It's too much to really explain here. You will see in this run, hopefully when I split on my LiveSplit here, hopefully I'll also call them out when it happens if it's not working. But yeah, this is the configuration that I have. And also, if you want to split on various items, these are all like the items that you can get in the game. So that's up to you. I don't use them, but they're there. I use them in 100%, but not this. But yeah, you also want to make sure, most importantly, more than all that, that you have compare against, if right click here, compare against game time, and if you edit your layout and go to your timer, that it's using current timing method or game time, and that'll remove loads for you. Okay, cool. Now that we have that out of the way, I want to explain one more thing, and that's a very useful thing to debug, is the dev mode. If you go into settings and then press Control Shift and then tilde, I think. I've also seen different combinations like Control Shift at work. If you're having trouble with this, again, DM me or ask me in the Discord. But that'll enable developer tools, and you want to flick that to on. Of course, developer tools are not allowed in the run. I have them enabled always just because. Well, actually, I don't have them enabled always. I think you need to enable them on every restart. But they give you access to things like manual quick save and quick load. No clip. You can give yourself items. All that sort of thing. Invincibility, I think. It's just very useful for testing out the game and debugging and, you know, flying across the map. If you want to test something like in Elysium Park, for example, it's very difficult to just walk across the entire map or theorize. But that is useful. Again, there's, I think, a guide for it on speedrun.com as well. As for the actual run, the start split and the end split are always active in the LiveSplit settings. You actually can't even toggle them. So at the very minimum, you just need to make sure that it's enabled and that load removing is enabled. And time starts when you gain control, but also it'll do it manually or automatically. So here we go, new game. On every reset, just pick the easy difficulty. On every reset, you have to sit through like a minute of cutscene, which is kind of annoying. But the game's so long anyways that I honestly doesn't really matter. Yeah. So let's just sit through this. If it'll respond. Oh, I should switch now. My scene, because I'm a professional. Okay. Also, I have my keyboard in the bottom left. I think it's missing some keys, but whatever. You'll live. Should move that across.
They say curiosity killed the cat.
I killed the cat. No, you killed the cat! Oh my god! Alright. Yeah, it's kind of a troll. I still love this game. This is one of my favorite games of all time, man. This is such a good game. I bought it on launch for too much money, but I don't regret it. Oh! One more very important thing. You need to have version 1.02. Version 1.02. It's very, very important, actually. Ask me on Discord for that. I'm fine with getting asked these questions. Okay. I'm actually just gonna repeat it now. Hello, players. Yes, I'm doing this. Okay. So again, you need version 1.02. On Steam, you can get it using the Steam Depot downloader. For Epic Games, you can't get it, but there's a way around that. Ask me. Okay. So when you spawn in, you see the timer started automatically. And the easy way to do this is just to go around here. Okay, we have to start off with movement. So in this game, by default, Desmond just walks around if you hold forward and move. You could sprint, but that uses some of your stamina bar in the bottom left. Okay, and our goal, especially on really long stretches, is to preserve that stamina. And if you want to preserve stamina, the way to do that is to sprint and jump while you're sprinting, and then let go of sprint midair. If I sprint jump without letting go of sprint, you can see I'm using sprint while midair, and that's not good, right? That's not very efficient. Thank you, ItzScaree. Yeah, so if you want to use preserve sprint, you have to press sprint, jump before letting go, and then let go of sprint midair. And you can use very little amount of sprint this way. And that'll be exemplified on Icarus Beach in the second level. But I'm pretty sure in general, sprinting is faster when you have the stamina to spare. So when you spawn in, there's two ways of doing this. The first way is just going around like that. And the cooler way is to use a technique called crouch hover to make this jump easier. Like that. So crouch hover is another technique. It's quite new, so there's probably still a lot to find in regards to it. But crouch hover is essentially spamming crouch midair to extend your jump. So you can see here, if I were to sprint jump across just from this railing, you can see I land at about this plank. But if I were to do that again by spamming crouch, you can see I made it all the way over to here. I didn't expect that, actually. So yeah, that's really, really useful. And there's a number of setups you can have. I think doing it with the normal crouch button, which I have as left control, is really tedious. So on my keyboard, I have a numpad on my keyboard, and I have one of the numpad keys set to crouch, that I can easily reach over and spam it, without issue. If you've got a good mouse and good mouse skills, it's probably best if you're able to set it to a button on your mouse. If that doesn't affect you. Because for me, I have to reach over and let go of my mouse to spam crouch. And that's kind of an issue. But if you can do it while you're, moving your mouse around, that's really good. Because, if I was to do this jump right, I have to start over here, and then I have to make sure I'm set up before I move my mouse, right? I can't adjust midair, right? And that becomes more and more pertinent later on when the jumps get tougher. But for this particular example, I would just take the second or so and just go around, because it really sucks to reset there. Speaking of reset, I don't know why my timer stopped. I think I pressed that button by mistake. So yeah, when you go up here, just run through here. I like to, when I jump on this, what is this? I don't know, fence or something. I'm sprinting all the way here without jumping, and when I jump up here, I make sure I'm sprinting on this as well. But yeah, so here I'm preserving some of my stamina because you don't really have enough, but actually I should have used more there. So you want to grab the flashlight. You want to make sure that on this here, it's got a really weird hitbox, this fence thing. You want to make sure that you're squarely on the left of this. You don't want to be like doing one of these, right? You gotta make sure that you're really looking at it, and that's kind of hard. But yeah, then you come down here. And you need the flashlight. Like, you can't skip the flashlight because you need to. Oh, there's some lag spikes in this game. You need to activate that. Grab this hallway key, and then activate this. You can just spam. You can just spam E because when your inventory opens, the key is already the selected slot, so you can just open it up like that. I was talking about something a second ago, but I've forgotten about it, so it's probably not important. And then here, you want to activate, you want to call the elevator down first. Then go in here, and you want to grab the pistol part behind the dryer. There's a few ways people do this, but the way I do it is I jump up here first, turn around, I jump up here first, turn around, grab this, walk backwards, and then while I'm falling down, open that up, and then grab this. You can grab that really soon. Like, the dryer's barely moved and you can grab it. Like, I think basically you can grab it as soon as you put the fuse in. And then I walk backwards, take the fuse out, jump up, and you want to grab this speed pill because in this route we get 1 level of speed. Because there are 3 pills that are pretty easy to get. And after you get that, run back outside. Take out this. Chuck in the fuse, and then go in here. Are you going to do a hundo tutorial as well? Probably not. That's quite a long... and you want to turn the... You're going to go to floor 2 here. Probably not, because that's quite a long run. In the elevator, you can double jump. I don't know of any other place you can double jump in the game, but that's quite fun. And there's also this pistol slide here. I personally get it when I'm coming through here the first time. I jump up and grab it like this as I'm running. But I think the safer way is to do it when you come back, so I'm going to leave it for now. Here's another place where I'm kind of not preserving sprint because I know that when I go through this door, I'll be able to regen a lot naturally. So here, like, I'm regenning while I'm going through the door. And I get to do that twice. So you want to grab the Desmond's tape. For this window, you want to like jump up to it and look out before turning around. You'll get the feel of it. It's really simple. And when you're in here, pick up the phone, and there's 2 ways that you can put down the phone. You can either walk out of range or interact with that. Do whichever way you want. But yeah, play that as soon as you can. It takes like 10 seconds for this to go through. I find it easy to get that one on the way back because you can get it while sprint jumping. Yeah, I think it's safer too. I just do it on the way there because that's what I've been doing. And like I also do it while sprint jumping. I just do like a flick to the right. So the sensible way is to do that. Here, I've got the building 1 split. It's split there. That is the enter Desmond's tape split in the settings. So this Desmond's tape is quite new. So I'm going to be showing that. Here we go. So you want to sprint jump over here. And this is because crouch hover really dominates this one. So you can land on that. It's pretty simple. And then you just want to like jump over to that edge. And you can make this jump with crouch hover without dying, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, don't beat yourself up if you don't get it like that. But you know, you can imagine what it would be like to get up. And now you want to go over to that side. There's 2 ways to do it. I don't know if it's faster to do it over or around, but this is how you would do it over or through, I guess. And then on the left here, again, this is only possible with crouch hover. And then this part, there's 2 ways to do it. Mukal Isaac, or sorry, I should say Isaac. He finds it easier to jump on this side. I don't really somehow. I don't know. I'm not a... I personally find it easier to jump on this side. But either way is possible. And then I think as long as you make it across here, you'll respawn up anyways. And then go through, and this is the exit Desmond's tape split. And now we're in building 2. Now we want to get Tonia to spawn as soon as possible. And the way to get Tonia to spawn as soon as possible is you want to walk over to the desk while looking at the window on our left. So, like this. And when the lights turn on, turn around. And that'll guarantee your spawn. She can be kind of annoying in a lot of other places, but, you know, whatever. So, the button's going to drop, like, around here-ish. There's a big lag spike there. But now we're going to get the slide. Just jump up like this. Oh, you can do that better. You can imagine it. Oh, you can run past that guy. And then here, if you do it this way, you have to adjust the elevator button, I think. Yeah, because you get the elevator button before the pistol slide. So the way the inventory works is it just like, it's ordered chronologically in terms of like which item you picked up last. And when you pick up a new item, your cursor is on that item in the inventory. And I think when you use an item, I'm not sure what happens when you use an item, but you might have to adjust here to get the elevator button. And when after you use it, it just stays in the same spot if there's an item after. Okay. You got to get used to the inventory because it's kind of important. And for this, we're gonna go get the. I think we're gonna get the tape first. Yeah, we're gonna get the tape first because this is another thing with inventory management. Grab the Virginia's tape, and then we're gonna go into the maintenance closet right here. And now our inventory looks like this. We have grip, slide, tape, and then barrel. And now we're gonna go make the pistol in the basement. Now we get the tape first because when we use the barrel, it'll like put a cursor at the top of the inventory, so we can just spam E. So I'll show that off as well. So here you can see our cursor is on the barrel because we picked that one up last. So I'm going to use it, and then I can just use it again because now my cursor is on the grip, and then now it's on the slide. So like during the whole section, you can just spam E, no worries. So get the pistol, and then we're going to go and put the tape in the player, which again is in our only slot, so we can just spam E. Okay, and that is building 2. So pretty simple so far. But it's we're gonna completely break the rest of this game. God, I love breaking this game. As for commentary over the world record VOD, I think as long as like I presume watching the 80% tutorial first, or knowing about the 80% route at least, then it might be possible. But I think it's easy. I think you don't even need to just show all the footage of the game. Like you just need to show the routes. I don't know. That is the enter Virginia's tape split right there. So there's a few ways to do this level, of course there are, and we're going to do it a few different times during the run for various reasons. The simple way, and I would recommend for like your first time learning the game, is to just do it normally. Be very careful of even the shallow water because that'll send you right back to like the last checkpoint, which is pretty brutal. So the normal route for this is to just come across here, go over here. This container here, you can jump on the side. In-town mine is very lenient with like vertical slopes. If it's like at all slightly slanted, you can climb up it, which is really, really sick. Okay, I don't know why the fuck I flicked that way. And then run across. But this is the boring way, and then you go through the door. The fun way to do this level is I'm going to use dev mode here, no clip. So there's this river across the middle, and if you could just get across here, then you would skip all of this section. There's a couple ways to do this, and it really depends on which one you feel most comfortable with. The easiest one is to come over here, which activates a checkpoint that's right here. There's a checkpoint right here. Get on this rock, climb up, and this is only possible with crouch level, by the way, is to jump and then spam crouch. And you land here, and then you can just get across to there. So that is the simple way to do it. By the way, it's much easier this way because, like, I don't know, the world is cruel, I guess. Another way that people do it, which is a bit like, it's a bit more risky because you get sent further back, is by coming across this right side, getting onto that rock, which you can either do by jumping onto this pole and then going across if you need more height, but you can make that jump just straight up, is by going over here onto this rock and then crouch hovering. And as you can imagine, this is a much more difficult trick. Oh, I just reset the fucking timer because I'm missing the button. If you do this from the start, you'll get sent back like all the way over there, which is really brutal. So I'll try and do it one more time. Okay, that's how you would do that jump. Oh, thank God I got that. Alright, yeah, that's way tougher, but you might find it better or consistent. And as for the other ways to do it, so you can actually jump across raw, like just without anything else, just straight to that car. But it's very, very difficult, and I would never ever recommend doing it. This pole is slanted. You can jump across here. Holy shit. God, I'm so good today. Yeah, that one I actually found to be more consistent, but I've also had other people say that it's not that consistent. So do what you feel is best. I think this one, I think doing it this way, or actually no, doing the right side over here compared to this is like 5 seconds faster. And this is, of course, really fast, and if you get it, so take it that way you will. If you want to do like the most minor of skips, if you do it normal all the way up until here, you can quite easily do a jump like this. But if you're gonna do that, then why not just do a faster one, you know? But that's Virginia's tape. This split will be exiting Virginia's tape. Also, hello, FT. Good to see ya. And Kev, hello. Okay, so now we're going to go in here. And again, that's the first time that we're going to be doing that out of many times, I guess. Out of many. But now we're in Homa-Mart. This is the enter Homa-Mart split, I'm pretty sure. I really hate saying Homa-Mart. But we start this one as intended. Jump over here. Sprint backwards through this door and then come over here. The stamina management is pretty tight. You might have to like walk a bit to regain some stamina. But I'm goated, so it doesn't even matter. So you want to come over here and then just wait for this cutscene to play out. We're gonna grab the mirror shard. And now that we grab the mirror shard, this is when everything kind of breaks apart, right? The illusion of a video game no longer exists from here on out. So first, I think people tend to break that tape and then grab those pistol ammo there. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Do what you want. But we're gonna run over here, break this tape, break this tape. I also think it like wastes a bit of time because we need the watcher to spawn, I think. But oh yeah. So you want to come over to this section in front of this garage, jump on this, jump on this, jump on this, and then you see this sign right here, sprint jump up to here, jump and then walk a few times, and then jump over to here. That is the trick to get out of bounds in Homa-Mart. And then we're going to, well actually, here is more. On either one of these two signs, whichever one you want to. Oh wait, is it this one? Oh no. Before we do that, we have to break down this mirror, because this mirror we need to get the west wing key because when we unlock the west wing key door, it spawns everything at the end of the map that we need. So we're going to jump down, and we're going to cause as much noise as possible because we need her to come over. You can get some very nice spawns where she basically spawns like next to you in this area, but because we took a while there, she's gone away. So we need to make it a lot of noise by walking between these, by slashing the tape. And you can hear she just spawned. She made a little noise. I don't know where she is, but she apparently saw me. There she is. So we have to make sure that she chases after us. There is some dialogue that indicates that she's fully chasing after us, because you'll get the sound effect of like her chasing, and her animation will even like start going towards you. But if you turn away too soon, she'll just like snap right back. So like, stop watching me or I'll kill you, that sort of thing. You know she's fully chasing after you, and you can turn around and run towards the mirror. But you want to grab that west wing key, and you can do so before it spins around. Same with the mirror shard, actually. But now you have the mirror shard in our inventory. We can run over here, slice this up, run over here, and then use it on this door. And that checkpoint that spawns, you can see the top right, my checkpoint indicator is there. That's very important. That indicates that the end of the map has spawned in, and now we can go there basically. That's why we didn't just go to the end of the map at the beginning. When you're running across here, you should know that your pistols can get rid of that if they shoot the barrels. But you want to make sure that you have 2 bullets for this and 1 bullet for this. And of course, we don't need to worry about the tape there because we broke it earlier. But now we don't care about the watcher anymore. So we just got to do this out of bounds one more time. So, and then on either one of these 2 lights, jump up and crouch so that you land on it, and walk backwards far enough so that you can stand on top of the light, but you know, without, like, not underneath this, right? And then jump up. You want to go in this direction. You want to walk over to this intersection right here, and then run across. And in this section, this is the end of the map. So you want to go through and get all 5 of these blocks. Grab that one. It is really fun, players. It's not fun when you get bad RNG with the watcher, but when you do, it's good. So just get these 5 in that order. And now let's look at our inventory real quick. So we have EHTAD, and we're starting on D. We want to spell, I think it is hated. I think we're spelling hated on this. So you want to use your first one, you want to use D first. Just double press that. And then we go EHTA. So EHTA. So DEHTA, I think. And you just need to memorize that. And now the watch will spawn. We're going to jump over here. She'll spawn over there. And we have to get her attention. See right there, she hasn't yet chased after us, but you know, now she has. That one, she doesn't make a noise for some reason. You don't have to interact with that note. We're going to run over here. There's a trigger here we need to hit. I'm going to use my gun out. I want to keep my gun out so I have the crosshair icon, because I want to watch for when that disappears. So now I can see, I still have it, so I know that I haven't gotten that trigger yet. I gotta walk backwards, and now I have the dot. So I've gotten that trigger, so now I can walk over and interact with her.
It's okay. I see you. You can rest now.
So this is the end of the level. You can see I've paused, but the BTO button's not active. You have to wait a little bit after she starts disintegrating, and then BTO is here. So here we can't, oh, BTO stands for back to office, by the way. And that's going to be, you're going to get to know BTOing. So you can see here, because of the way we glitched in, this exit is blocked off. So we can't actually go out the normal way. So after she disappears, you want to BTO. And when we BTO, this is when it gets like really crazy. So bear with me here. But this build at the beginning of building 3, by the way, we're going to split on exit Homa-Mart right now. At the beginning of building 3, Tonia, for some reason, is very, very picky about spawning, and you can lose a lot of time here if you don't do it correctly. So just watch how I do it, and then we're going to discuss, okay? So we're going to BTO, go back to office, and you can see I split there on exit Homa-Mart. So after I come back in, by the way, thank God for the load remover. We're gonna walk up to this door, halfway to it. We're gonna come over here next to this desk, go back, interact with the door, and she spawns in. And when you hear Desmond darling, you want to turn around and look at her, so that this next bit of dialogue, that activates. And now you can relax for like a minute or so. I know you can't really relax because of the fucking phone outside, but yeah, that is how you do that. No, this is all auto split, all load removed. Everything is done for you. You know, don't worry about it. So yeah, when you spawn in, you want to walk up to the door halfway, walk next to this, come back, interact with the door, and then turn around. Or before you turn around, like, make sure Desmond darling appears, and then Desmond darling means that you got it, and you're pog, and everything's good, and you're happy. So, what you're going to want to do now is hold the fucking mirror shard, okay? In the rest of this run, you can soft lock very, very easily. Very, very easily. So, just be aware of what makes you soft lock, right? So, holding the mirror shard will make you soft lock. After this conversation, you want to put the Virginia's tape back in, because we're going back to Virginia's tape. Yeah, I don't really understand why it works either. There's some trigger or something that happens, whatever. It's good enough. And also it is fucking fire. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're going back to the news tape. So we're gonna be doing a lot of what's called BTO abuse. It's very hard to wrap your head around the first time, and like you'll probably spend a while trying to get the feel of it, and it's gonna be annoying for me to explain, but God, is it powerful. It's like by far the biggest glitch found for this game, and it completely turns the game on its head. There could be like, it could be talked about for ages. So yeah, we're just gonna go across here again. Let me try and do this 2 for 2. Oh man. Yeah, if you fail that, then you spawn all the way back here, which is pretty brutal. And you do this so often that I would just take this. Just take this. Oh fuck yeah! If you fall, that sucks. That sucks. I went through the ISN chat a few months back for like an hour to try and figure out what the BTO meant. Well, now you're gonna know. I don't know if it's BTO hardware dependent. That's really interesting. I was holding shift during that jump, and it wasn't taking my stamina away. I think because the crouch might have cancelled it. I don't know. But yeah, you want to go over to here again. And how do I do this right the first time? When you go into the door, there's going to be a fade. I think there's going to be a fade to white and then a fade to black. So when we fade to white and we start fading to black, you're going to need to pause, right? And that timing of when you pause is, as ItzScaree said, probably hardware dependent. You're going to need to figure it out. But I'll show you when I pause. What we're going to do is when you go into the door, the game says, okay, we have to load Homa-Mart. And there's some scenes like in Unity attached to Homa-Mart. There's actually only one, but it's going to like put it into a queue to be loaded. Now, when we click BTO, because now we have access to BTO now, because we've beaten the level. When we click BTO, it's also going to put the office into that queue. So it's gonna like load Homa-Mart first, and then it's gonna load the office, the hub, right? And there's a few scenes associated with that. And then after it's loaded them all, what it's gonna do then is merge them. That's what it does. So like most levels in this game have 3 or more scenes, and after they're all loaded, they all get merged together, and you get the one complete scene that you see, right? Elysium Park is massive. It's like 4 or 5 different scenes. But we're gonna abuse that to merge all 4 scenes, Homa-Mart and the office, into one. And the reason's unclear at the moment, but we'll see, alright? So I'm going to walk into this door. I'm going to pause at a specific time. It's pretty lenient, I think. Again, play with it. And then I'm going to BTO. And when we're in the loading screen, you need to pay attention, because my cursor will be active in the loading screen. At a certain point, it will disappear. And when it disappears, you need to pause again, alright? And if you don't pause again, that'll fuck up where you end up when you load in, okay? So, I'm going to walk into the door, it's going to fade to white, and then while it's fading to black, I'm going to pause like probably halfway to like 3/4 of the way to being black. I just know it intuitively. I'm going to press BTO, the game's going to start loading the 4 scenes, and when my mouse disappears, I will pause. I'm going to wait for the game to finish loading, and then I'm going to unpause. So let's do this. let's hope I don't fuck that up. And very, very importantly, if you don't hold the mirror shard here, you will soft lock. You will soft lock. And all of us runners have had this soft lock like 5 to 10 times. I've had probably more than anybody else. So don't fuck this up. I have it in my notes. I still run with notes. I just got the giant fucking words, hold mirror shard. So very, very important here. Okay. So we walk into the door. Fades to white. I pause about here-ish. Do what you want. I'm going to press BTO. You might not even need to pause. Yeah, sometimes it works when you don't pause. But, like, pausing is very... It's, like... It usually works. It's consistent, you know, etc., etc. Just do it. So I'm going to press BTO. Continue. I'm going to watch for the cursor to disappear. I'm going to move it around to make sure it doesn't disappear by itself. So you can see it disappeared. I press escape to pause. And now we're good. Now we're good. So we'll just wait for it to finish loading. And you'll be able to see when I spawn in, I'll be in Homa-Mart. And then I unpause, and then it'll take me back to the office, right? That's the reason that you want to pause is because it gets that order correct. So I paused during the loading screen, so I have to unpause. I think pausing might be like you might be in Homa-Mart, and then it has to load the office. So you're pausing, like, so you're in Homa-Mart while you're loading. I actually don't know. That's just a theory that I came up with just now. It's taking a while. If you notice when you're BTOing that the load is really, really long, just unpause, and it should work, right? Because this can load infinitely. But I've never had it on this load here before, so this is taking quite a while. But as you can see, like my timer isn't running right now, so it's not really a big of a deal. Okay, I think I'm just gonna unpause here, and it should load it. Okay. That was really cringe of it to do that. Okay, so this is what happens when you fuck it up. This is what pausing is supposed to prevent. I've never had this happen with like that precaution. I thought it was infinite loading. Okay. Well, you can see anyways. I can just no clip. This is good. I'm in Homa-Mart. Also, that's the building right there. That's where you spawn in. So I'm just going to no clip. Show you. So this is the building. That's Homa-Mart. You should be spawning in. Where is it? The office, which is up here. If I no clip, it should load everything back in. Yeah. So let's pretend that worked, because it really should have. I don't know why. Maybe because I spent a while. I don't know. I've actually never had that happen before. Whatever. So this door is unlocked. We're gonna run through here, and you can tell that it worked, by the way, in an actual run by like seeing how like the sky is tinted here. It's not normally tinted. So we're gonna run across here, and we're gonna get Allen's tape. By the way, the reason that you hold the mirror shot is because if I press 3 right now, if I like switch weapons, you can see that if I scroll here, you can see I don't actually have it. So that's bad, right? And we need the mirror shard. So I'm gonna stand about here because the ceiling of Homa-Mart is on the first floor here. So I'm gonna walk through, and to get Allen's tape, you need to be able to break the tape there. So what I do normally, which is kind of risky, is I bring out the mirror shard, the pistol while I'm running. I shoot it, and then I press the same button again. So here I press 3 to switch to the pistol. I shot, and then I press 3 again because it'll take out the last weapon that I had. And I break the tape, and then run across. And you can see here, by the way, we have the BTO button while we're in the office, and that's very, very important. So now we're going to grab Allen's tape. And then after grabbing Allen's tape, I'm going to press BTO. Boom. While I'm in the office. Let me just refer to my notes because I still forget how to do all this. So yeah, now you can see the building is unloaded, which is very good. Turn pog. I think what we do now is we load HM again, and you can see I still have lost. Oh no, I have my mirror tape back, my mirror shot back. And also you can see that Homa-Mart I think is gone. I think Homa-Mart's unloaded. We want to load Homa-Mart again. Homa-Mart. Yeah, we'll load this again. Sometimes when you do this, this door is unlocked, so be careful to accidentally walk out the front door. Also, you need to activate that dialogue really soon. I think if you just walk towards the door, it'll activate, because you can't like walk through until that dialogue is done. There we go. And you might think to yourself, like, why are we doing all this? What's the point? Like, that didn't seem to save any time. And you'll see. You'll see why we do this, because it's very lucrative. I found a few objects in Elysium that still have the sliding physics from the demo. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what the benefit of that is, but it's cool. So yeah, we're gonna do this. Skip again. I mean, we're pros at this. We're pros at this tape by now, so there's no need to worry. And we're gonna BTO again here, I think. Yeah, we're gonna BTO again because we want the back to office button. Yes. So just do it the same way as before. Pausing here. I think maybe last time I paused a bit early. That could be the case. But I'm gonna do this again. Alright, there we go. I paused. And see, this is what's supposed to happen. Is that the loading screen goes away. I'm still paused here, so I'm going to unpause. I'm in Homa-Mart, but then I get teleported to the office. And you want it to happen in that order. So now we have the BTO button, and we have Allen's tape. So I think what we want to do now is, yeah, we want to load Allen's tape. It's not even in the thing. It's really interesting. Yeah, let me just make sure I'm reading these notes right, because I really don't want to fuck this up. Load Allen tape and BTO. Okay, yeah. So what we're gonna do here is okay. When you go through this door, it'll, I think, fade to white and fade to black, and then it'll just be a black screen for a little bit, and then the loading screen will start. We want to be paused before we enter Allen's tape, just like I just was coming out of Virginia's tape, right? The same exact thing. And the reason why is because we want the BTO button to exist in Allen's tape. So here we go. White, and then black. And the music will cut out. It'll still be black. And when that happens, when the music cuts out, the sound, then you pause. And now you can hear that we're in Allen's tape, but we have the BTO button. And this is where the magic happens. So the game thinks, okay, he pressed BTO, but he's in Allen's tape, which means he must have beaten Allen's tape. Or something like that. So you press BTO. So now we're going back to the office. But very, very importantly, when we're going back to office, we have the flare gun. Which is fucking massive. That is so sick. Alright, we have the flare gun. It is actually in our inventory. So no worries there. So we have the flare gun. And if you've played the game before casually, you'll know that that's fucking massive, because it takes like 20 minutes casually, or I guess like glitchless, or more to get the, I actually don't know. But it takes a while to get the flare gun normally. But now we have it from the start, and we can like skip the entirety of Point Icarus. But now after getting that, I think if you look outside, Homa-Mart is still loaded, which we don't want. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump down to the first floor here, and this is very right for soft locks. Make sure you don't fall out to here, right? It's fine in this case actually, but we're going to drop down here. Then we're going to grab this pill, and then we're going to walk around there here. And it's very important here that we get the pill before loading the checkpoint. So the checkpoint right about here. And how this works is that checkpoint is actually a Homa-Mart checkpoint. So when I click load last checkpoint, it's going to load us into Homa-Mart. So we're loading into Homa-Mart here. And when we click BTO here, then it's going to unload Homa-Mart. And the reason we do this is because if we don't unload Homa-Mart, when we load into Point Icarus, it'll be there, which we don't want. So that'll overlap. All right, that's called overlapping, and we don't want overlapping in this case. So as to recap, we have the flare gun, we have Allen's tape, and Homa-Mart is unloaded. But the building itself, as you noticed, because we've done a bunch of BTOs, it's still deloaded, which is really useful. As you can see here, I was able to just drop straight down earlier. So yeah, now we're going into Allen's tape, and this is the enter Allen's tape only when you have the flare gun split. It didn't work there because my code is great. I'm definitely gonna have to figure that one out. ontrigger is the madman who found all the BTO stuff. He definitely deserves a shout out for this because, like, fucking hell, this is just. I remember, like, when I was looking in the Discord chat, when he was discovering it, just like, what the fuck am I looking at here? What the hell is this guy fucking found? I would recommend when you're going through the start section to not hold the flare gun because you only have 4 shots and you don't really want to waste one. Because you can't pick up any until you get to the point in the level when you are supposed to have the flare gun. So if you use all 4 of them, then it's basically like you don't even have the flare gun. And this is the enter Point Icarus split. So here is when you're preserving, when your stamina preservation really comes into play. When the boys are separated from the men. And this, yeah, okay. My split did work there. I wonder why my other split didn't work. I thought I fixed it. Maybe I'm a stupid idiot. The loads are pretty bad in this. Okay. When you spawn in, we're going to go get the light. Yeah, the lag spikes are pretty bad. So you can do this pretty confidently without like having to regen stamina. Oh, look at this. Look at my fucking, oh, I'm barely using any stamina here. This is the dream. I did actually regen a bit of stamina there, but yeah, we're just gonna grab the light here. Yeah, it's not like this sprint is really the huge difference maker. But we're gonna grab this light, and in this route we go into the crate on the beach here and grab the speed pill. So if you remember, we got 1 speed pill in the laundry. We got 1 speed pill in the 1 speed pill in the laundry. 1 speed pill on the first floor at the entrance of the building when we loaded the Homa-Mart checkpoint, and now we've got the 3rd one, and that gives us 1 level of speed, which means we move a bit faster. So after getting that, we're going to climb up this wall. I forget how exactly to do it. There's a good note here. Sometimes when you're sprinting up slopes, jumping up slopes, you'll get into this like really slidey state, which is awful, and you won't like stop. So the way to get out of that is to tap backwards, and you'll be good, right? So just a good thing to know. But yeah, you're gonna climb this wall. It's really just as simple as walking into it and spamming space. If you want, you can grab some food here. I do kind of recommend it because we're gonna take. Oh wait, actually no. Probably not any %. You probably don't need it. Well, it doesn't hurt. Well, it hurts time-wise. If you want health, it's there. I was thinking about the 100% route. Personally, I think the 100% route's much more interesting, but also it's an hour longer. So that is something. But yeah, you want to jump up here on the side. You can climb this wall by walking into here and jumping up. It's way easier than it might look if you think it's hard. You can jump across that and then just do another climb here. So now is the first benefit of having the flare gun. We have 4 shots. the first shot you want to use is by shooting this barrel in the darkness. That is completely random how this thing falls, so just be wary of that. You want to shoot these planks behind this darkness. So the flares have 2 uses. They can clear darkness and they can break objects. You want to make sure that you do both at the same time, of course. So I have 2 bullets left. I need 1 bullet to unlock the lighthouse in there. So we have 1 spare bullet to do this section. So I think what you have to do is you have to look in here first of all. Read the note. Look through the mirror, and then to try and activate the oil can that's here. There's an oil can on the floor. And I don't know if you do need to pick that up. I think the best way to do it is you shoot your last flare down here. What the fuck? Am I dumb? What the hell? Okay. Here, let me just cheat a little bit, right? So let's pretend that I have two flares, okay? Look down when you shoot, because there's 2 bits of darkness. There's one that's at the very front here blocking this doorway, and there's one that you just saw here. I think I shot over the middle one. So you want to make sure you get both of those. And then we use the oil can on this. Break this, and then use the last oil can here. We only have 1 flare left. What do you mean here you use the flare? You only have 1 flare left to need it for the lighthouse. We have 2 flares here. You can just run across and grab the key, because we need the key. This is how Isaac does it as well, by the way, I think. He clears the 2 that are in the hallway, and then yeah. Yeah. I'm not a cheater, please guys. Oh, by the way, if you want to do that like for testing purposes, it's control plus numpad 5 to get more flare gun ammo. Now when you're in here, you want to break this tape, shoot. And now that's a massive sequence break right there. So now we're gonna run through. We're gonna grab this key, and we're gonna run through and grab this key, which is on a cycle. And then turn the TV on. Grab this key, and then we got these keys in the order buoy, clock, and TV, and that is right to left. So this one is buoy, that's clock, and that's TV. So I personally scroll down twice, do buoy, clock, TV. And you can grab a flare gun here, and then reload it while you're running upstairs. So we're gonna go fight the light here. I think bullets are generally better for this, but of course you want to waste as little time as possible reloading. So I'm gonna shoot it. Reload here. I'm gonna try and like grab some stuff while I'm out here. I'm gonna reload again actually. There's tons of stuff out here. And while I'm reloading, I go around here, pick up more gear. It's like a chance for free off. And then that takes a while before it opens up. Replace it with the light. And then we're going to fall down the stairs here. See you, ItzScaree. Thank you for hanging out and putting your input in. So yeah, this gate will open, and then we want to fall down here. It's kind of risky, as you just saw. A checkpoint just happened. If you're quick, the checkpoint will happen while you're falling, which is bad because if you die, then you'll respawn and infinitely die. So be careful of that. But you want to, I actually don't know if I'll. You want to like walk down a little bit and then walk across. It is kind of risky, and I don't think we've really figured this out, like a good way to do this. But that's why taking some extra damage, you might like some extra health, you might want to do so. We run across here. Shoot your shot. If you're lucky, that flare gun might hit this plank, but you want to hit this like I think 5 or 6 times. I don't know how many I just did there, but if you don't do it enough, it won't let you press the light button here. So you see here, I got the light there. That was a good sound. I saw the light here. That means good. If you hear like a big sound, that means you didn't spin it fast enough or you were too slow, something like this. So you have to do it again. This is a bit weird coming out of there. You want to spam space a little bit. So now we just run up to the top. And then we get the last cutscene. I'm gonna stand here because there's an invisible floor. When the invisible floor disappears, I'll just like drop down. But yep, now I'm getting this.
Whatever this chemical is, it's gotta be the source.
God, this game's so sick. Oh, I was on the wrong split that entire time. Okay, so yeah, when you come in here, we're gonna do this again. Again, another checkpoint happened. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there. I think it was I made a mistake. I make mistakes sometimes. Okay, let's take two. You might want to throw in some crouch jump as well, going like falling down the stairwell. Like it could help with your consistency, but it won't be a big point of contention for you. Like you could do this. Oh, okay, yeah, Jesus. So yeah, run through, and we have the BTO button, by the way, and the reason we don't BTO above there is because we want to BTO through this door. So yeah, you're gonna walk into it, and we're gonna BTO just as normal, so like during the fade out to black. And again, I'm gonna pause. That was the exit point Icarus split, by the way. So I'm gonna pause during this. Now, the further you get into the game, the less time you have to react to that as well, which is really fun. You see the building above there? We were in the Point Icarus outro. Yeah, this is sick. Alright, so now we have the office deloaded and the PI outro is loaded. We want to wait for apparently, according to my notes, we want to wait through the cat to talk. I don't know if that is true. I don't know if we care if the cat's talking. I actually don't remember. I'm going to do it where I don't wait for the cat to talk. So we want to jump down and land on the first floor. Like so. You can see I threw in some crouch hover there because it just like makes it easier. There was a few things that happened there. One, if I fell outside, like into the hallway, which is way easier, it happens way easier than you think, then bad, basically. Bad, don't do that. Two, if I fell down onto the entrance like I did the first time, that's a soft lock. I'm pretty sure you can't get up. The stairs are unloaded, so you can't get back up. So you want to crouch hover and like that'll help you make it a bit easier. But now we're gonna go over and get tape 3. So you need a flare gun bullet. And just chuck it. Okay, normally you just chuck it down the back here and it'll like bounce in, but whatever, I'm cringe. If you miss that, I think there are probably some flare gun bullets chilling around, but you want to grab Max's tape. You want to BTO. No pausing, this is just a regular BTO. And this does two things. One, it of course brings you back to the office, but also it deloads the Point Icarus outro. And we're going to load, okay, we're going to load HM again, but we need Tonia to start talking. So walk towards this door and get her to start talking, and then wait for this.
We're about to find out.
I never liked that guy. Watch yourself around him. I'll hold down the fort.
So yeah, we're gonna go do Virginia's tape again, and then BTO, and then do a similar thing to last time. So here we have a bit more speed. We got our first speed level in Point Icarus. So these tricks should be a bit easier to do, but I think it's only really marginal. Okay, I'm cringe. That trick really isn't dependent on your speed. It's more dependent on when you land on the pole. Oh my god, don't do that. What the fuck? Okay, good. Luckily the checkpoint activated. Okay, don't look at me that way. I'm not being weird, players, alright? Don't look at me like that. So yeah, yeah, BTO here during the fade out. And then pause again. And then unpause. And now we want to load Max's tape. Load Max's tape and then BTO during the black screen again. So this is just the same as we did for the flare gun before. So, whoa, that's the sound was desynced because I paused. So pause now, right? After the music cuts out and it finishes fading out, and before the black screen or the loading screen. But yeah, BTO again. See, we were just in the max intro, and now we're coming back to the office, so it's going to give us a lure pill. Yeah, I think I'm just streaming on my Wi-Fi for some reason. Luckily, I'm recording a local copy, so that's fine. So for the lure pills, I think for any percent you only need one lure pill. I think it's only one. Yeah, you only need one lure pill. So you can eat a few of them because it makes you faster if you want. So we're gonna do something similar to last time. We're going to jump down to the hallway checkpoint, or actually, I bet we can just jump across to here, right? This hallway, run across. Should be some hallway. There should be some checkpoint. Okay, yeah, checkpoint. And we're gonna load that checkpoint. Yeah, so it's gonna put us in Homa-Mart again, and we're doing this, of course, to just deload Homa-Mart. It's good to hear though. I feel like I saw bad bitrate earlier. So yeah, we're gonna BTO here, and you can see we're on top of the ceiling of Homa-Mart. I don't know if I'm gonna die by this. There's a really cool strat in 100% where you use a certain checkpoint that'll put you on top of the ceiling of Homa-Mart. So when you first go to Homa-Mart, you get 10 out of the 12 pills and you leave. And when you do that load right there, it'll put you on top of the ceiling so that you can run and get 2 more pills, but faster. Like, it's just faster to do it that way, which is really sick. But now you can see we have lure pills. Homa-Mart is unloaded, and we have Max's tape. So now we're going to load Max's tape. Again, if you fall down here, you can load the same checkpoint in the foyer that we did last time, or there's one on the first floor as well, in that hallway. Any one of those should be fine, and we don't have to wait for that dialogue. But yeah, we're just going to go through here like normal. No pausing happening here, it's just a regular load. And now we're in Max's intro. So again, you can use 3 of your 4 pills if you're risky. I am not particularly risky, so I don't really tend to do it. I probably should. I probably do. I'm probably just... Okay, that's really annoying. It's really annoying how even the shallowest of water here will kill you, so just be wary of that. Also, I'm 99% sure there's a way to... Wow, that was crazy. I'm 99% sure there's a way to like jump across the middle here. I've gotten some of those jumps done, but I just haven't been able to put it all together at all. So just keep that in mind, I guess. If you want to strat hunt, that's where I would start strat hunting. It's the most economically sound to use your lure pill. Of course, when you're about to like be on an open stretch. And because it gives you infinite stamina, you want to use it like right now I have like almost no stamina. So like if you want to be really preservation happy, you want to eat it when you're at the end of your stamina. So like you don't have to regen. That was also enter Max's tape with lure pills, and then this one was enter Old Factory or the Quarry or whatever you call it. Yeah, so you might want to use your pills in that section there, or you might want to use it at the beginning of this section. Like you can use one during this initial run if you want. Because I am tutorial man, I can do what I want and cheat in more pills if I have to. So I'm just going to use one here. You want to shoot these barrels to open the gate. So there's a few things we need to do here. We need to build the ram and then break the hangar door. But you also need the hangar key. So what I like to do is I like to push this ram and break the box, and while it's moving, grab the hangar key. But I think I'm just going to do it this way. So I'm going to grab the hangar key first. Run over here. Break that, and then we're going to push it more. And there's a fun trick here. There's a way to set this up better, but like I'm just going to set it up like this. If you are pushing the ram and it hits the door, right? And you're in between the ram and the door, it'll push you through. So you want to just give it enough force to like hit the door, but also like slow enough so that you have enough time to get in between, right? And if you like get stuck a little bit in like this, just push the ram out. And then yeah, there you go, push it through. You can do that much more cleaner. It's just been ages since I've played this game. But yeah, build the ram. You have to push it all the way to the end here. You have to press that button. Let's wait for this. And after this, be wary of running out of stamina here. Oh. Yeah, this needs to be moving fast enough to... Okay. So you want to give it a bit more power than that, than I just did. Because it needs to have a certain amount of speed hitting this door. But when you come in here, you want to book it to your left. Grab that food if you want to. But generally, you're going to have enough food anyways. You're going to climb on this hitbox of the tray. Then on this hitbox as well, or just like from this box. Jump over the fence. I like to jump over my... I like to run on the fence instead of the train because you can fall in there and there's just no reason to take that risk, right? But you want to get over here. This skips the whole section, by the way. That is a sequence break. Reload whenever you have the opportunity. Just good to have. There's two planks here that you need to shoot. That was really bad, but we're just going to ignore that. We're going to run in here and spawn the bull, and the bull is really just not my favorite. He's kind of annoying. He's really cool like casually, but it's also really frustrating. So the bull is like you're the matador and he's a bull, right? You gotta if you stand at a certain distance away from him, he will charge you. And that's what we want, because we want to lure him to certain places, and when he charges, he moves the fastest, right? That's the big shred here, right? And by charging, I mean, if I turn around, you can see like when he has those flames coming out of him, and he's moving fast towards you, that means he's charging. He does move quite fast, so we want to like step back a bit, and then he'll do it again. You want to be ahead of him there. So I'm just going to run forwards over here. Shoot that so it's a bit easier for me. I'm going to stand back and regen a little bit, my stamina. Move a bit further back so he charges. He's moving towards you, but he's not charging me right now. He has to charge this door. And when you go through here, you want to hang on immediate left. And then go through here. And he will be right here. And you want to, I think you want to lure him through, I don't know which way he can't fit through one of these gaps. I forget which one it is. Okay, through here he can, right? Yeah, he can. Let's get him to charge a bit, maybe. This is bad. He's being a bad bull right now. See, right here, this is bad because he's doing the smoke attack, so he's not moving much. But I need him to charge me, like that. So we're gonna run over here, unlock the hangar door. And now, the big skip here is that what you're meant to do is you're meant to go into this this assembly laboratory thing, make pills, and then come out here. But of course, we already have pills, so I'm just gonna, as soon as you get in here, chuck it to the end of the wall, and he'll look after them. And that's a huge sequence break. There's potential for an even bigger sequence break, but It hasn't been fully fleshed out yet. I'm not sure it's likely that it'll happen. But there's more lure pills here. We want to get them. If you shoot him in the eye, it'll break him out of this state. And also like get him aggro on you. So we're going to lure him a bit more. That's good. So basically you want to take him this way. At some point he's going to hit this. Okay, he's not charging me. He's still following me, so it's not too bad. But there we go, he's charging. You want him to break this. If you really need to, by the way, you can lure pill, but it is slow. It is slow. Okay, he's stuck on something. Okay, there we go. Now we need him to just run into this. There we go. Yeah, and also your frames will probably drop like fucking like a madman here. Okay, so we're gonna run in here. You should probably have more pistol shots there. When you come to this wall, you can grab health there, some pills here, and some ammo there. I'm gonna press that button, and you can only take those if you want them. Run over here, press this valve 3 times, grab these things on the bottom, and there's a strat here. There's 2 more valves you have to press. The 3rd valve is really easy. It's kind of on a cycle. So what'll happen is the water will drop, and then after the water has finished dropping to a certain level, the valve on that level will then enable, and like you'll be able to interact with it and then get it to drop another level, right? So we want to get to the valve before it activates to waste as little time as possible. And if you just run around like you're supposed to, you won't be able to get there in time. But if you just like take a bunch of pills and swim through the middle of the lake, you'll get there with plenty of time. The problem is Max can follow you over the lake, which is a glitch, right? And it's really annoying because of the invisible walls that are there. So what I think is you should probably do is run over here, chuck a lure pill down there so that he gets like distracted, and then lure pill across. And you can sprint in this walnut as well. I'm taking damage here, but like the lure pills also give you health, right? So now I'm over here with plenty of time, even though I was talking a bit too. So now we're gonna check on Max. He's like busy over there, so I'm gonna go back across now, and we're just gonna hope that he doesn't come across. If he does like come across the lake, right? What you have to do is you have to lure him back across the whole thing over to here, because there are invisible walls everywhere. But now we want him to come down because we're safely on the other side. So I'm gonna chuck a lure pill over there so he gets busy. We have a bit of time here. Good. Now we're gonna bring him down. So again, the water has to lower here, and the boss fight here, the first phase, is you have to basically get him to ram into those pillars, these ones here, and then have the rocks fall on him. You need to wait until a certain dialogue is said before that works, and if you do it beforehand, you'll soft lock. So we want to make sure he doesn't ram into the pillars too early, right? So I'm gonna run down here. You have to chuck a pill down here to get the rocks around the pillar to explode. You can do 2 here early. If you want to, you can go do the other ones, but I'm just gonna sit here and wait for the water to go down. There's some things okay. I think that's a soft lock. I'm not sure. Wait, no, I think I got really lucky there actually. I think, oh yeah. So I'm not sure why that worked, but like I don't know. I didn't expect that to happen. But that could soft lock you if you do it too early, right? So now I'm just gonna get him to charge into here. Again, shooting him if you want to get his attention. That works, and while he's doing that, you run to the next area. Make sure that you have enough pills to do it. Throw it into this chemicals. Oh, I actually got that one. Wow, it's crazy. Get his attention. Make sure you don't like miss him. And then we just need one more. There we go. And now what we have to do is feed him pills, force feed him. So I'm just gonna chuck one in his mouth when he's still right now. I think I missed it. You have to wait a little bit between each pill. So you have to try and throw it into his mouth. Nope. Okay, if you miss it, that's really bad. He's high. He's like elevated a bunch above the ground. I don't know why that happens. It's really annoying sometimes. But yeah, I threw it into his mouth there. If you need more pills, there's like 5 over here-ish. Chuck another one, and it affects him. I'm gonna throw another. You normally have to wait. Where the fuck is he going? What? Oh my god, I keep missing these. Basically, what you can do is you can throw a lure pill and have it just like be sitting in his mouth, not activating, because he's like there's a cooldown, right? And then it'll instantly activate again when the cooldown's ready, because it's already in range. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't like this section of the speedrun. There we go. And when he says fine, that means you've done enough, and you have to run over to the truck and spam on this. And then he'll do that. There's a pill over here as well. And then after this is the final cutscene, so you want to spam E on him.
It's okay. She will always be your daughter. You will always be her dad.
Yeah, and when you're talking, by the way, that means you're done. And during this area, this time I like to run around and grab a bunch of items while the door is spawning. Takes a while, especially if it was pretty fast-paced, the fight, like because there's plenty sitting around. And around this section is when, like, after he finishes that dialogue, is when the door should spawn. You have to not be looking at it. So we're gonna BTO out of here again. I'm just gonna be one moment. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we're gonna BTO out of we're gonna BTO out of this tape, same way as before. Now, interesting thing about this section is we actually, when we're going into Elysium Park, we're gonna do it a bit differently. And Elysium Park is quite a long level, and we're gonna absolutely break the shit out of it. Fair warning. I'm waiting for the mouse to disappear. Pause, and then there we go. No time at all there. So I think now if I think there's like, I'm gonna activate something. I don't know. Now we want to do the same thing. Jump down, and then get Lucas's tape. Run over here. There's some material over here if you need it, but we just spent a bunch of time in like the end of Max's tape getting it, so we don't really need it. So we get Lucas's tape, BTO. I think you want to hold the lure pills here. Okay, I also know there's like
Yes.
a way to skip this dialogue. I think if you look in the description of this video, if I remember, and if I don't remember, you should flame the shit out of me. Where I will include a link to something that should help alleviate the dialogue here, because it's pretty long. Or maybe it's like a different set of dialogue. I actually don't know. I probably do this wrong. If you want the most up-to-date stuff, watch Isaac's World Record. Okay. But yeah, now we're going to load Old Factory. Not Homa-Mart, we're going to load Old Factory. And we're going to get the flare gun, sorry, not the flare gun, the radio, the same way we did everything else. But we're not going to unload Old Factory. So again, we have to wait for dialogue. Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to pause during the black screen. Now. I'm going to have the BTO button. Nope, wait. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot! We have to first do the max's tape, obviously. And also, you can use as many of the pills here as you want, I'm pretty sure. Because you get them taken away from you. So, you just use them all. Holy shit. Yeah. Good job, me. Oh yeah, by the way, if you don't know what the pills do, they give you infinite speed and they max out your speed stat for a short period of time. Holy shit, that was a long jump. Wow. Can you tell that I'm out of practice? You can't, right? See, I'm just gonna use it again. Like, there's no reason not to use it. And then beat you here. During the fade to black, of course. And then pause again. Never out of practice. No, can't even think of one time when I've been out of practice. Honestly, this is going faster than I thought it was going to. But we're an hour and 20 deep right now. Jeez. We still have all of Elysium Park and all of Agent Rainbow. Jesus Christ. So here, I think this is the point in the run where it's most likely to infinite load on you. If you're on PP pace, I would like I would be really careful here and make sure it's infinite loading. You can't really make sure, of course, because infinity is infinite, but just like give it a long time to load, and you're not losing any time here because, of course, the loader mover should be working. But I'm gonna unpause here, and it should finish the loading. Like I just unpaused, by the way. And it should finish loading. Oh, not responding. Wow. Why am I shaking? That was so strange. Yeah, like last time, I'm just gonna fucking clip. Where the hell is this motherfucker? Yeah, this I've never had happen to me yet again, so it doesn't count. But yeah, if you do that right, you should end up here. And so after you get here, you can see, by the way, that the pills don't show up, just like the mirror shard. So we're gonna load, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna load Lucas tape. We're gonna pause before we're gonna pause on the black screen like I did last time, but like, you know, this time it's actually correct. So we're gonna pause now, and then we're actually gonna have the BTO button here, and then we're gonna go back to the office. We're going to have the radio. Boom. Another huge sequence break. And we need the radio I think technically we don't. We only need the radio for the last. Yeah. We barely need the radio in this run actually. But as you can see, we have old factory still loaded. But we're not going to unload it. So we're just gonna load up Lucas tape, and we're going to do Elysium Park with old factory on top of it, which completely breaks the game. Now, for those of you who haven't played this game casually, players, I want to kind of express to you like how fucked up this is. The fact that this is, by the way, that's enter Lucas's tape with radio. I want to express to you like the next, like this next level, it's fucked up, right? This level in 100% takes 30 minutes to do. Half an hour for one level of the game, right? And I'm sure glitchless it takes even longer, right? Because remember, 100% is even with tons of glitches. In any percent, it takes 10 minutes, and most of that time is on the final boss fight. This casually takes hours to do, and it's fucked up that this is just so trivialized. So what you're meant to do is you're meant to run around the by the way, you have no pills here. That's why you don't that's why you should be using all of them. What you're normally meant to do is you're meant to run around, and there's a bunker, and the bunker has a code, okay? And to get the code, you need to do 4 towers. You need to go to the 4 towers on the map, unlock them, and then like solve their puzzle for a digit. And that takes fucking ages. Without BTO, there's no way to get into the bunker early. But with BTO and the ability to overlap levels, oh boy. Oh boy. So whenever you load into Elysium Park, you always have 3 pills. That's why we're trying to use them all earlier as well. So we're going to have 3 pills, and we're going to use it to run straight to the bunker. Because again, this is any percent, and the laws of physics and gaming and this game do not apply, because we've broken it. We've sent God a message here. Ontrigger has, at least. That there is no God, basically. And I will demonstrate for you why that is. So you spawn in, and normally this has a very dark green tone, but as you can see, this is the old factory tower. This is the door for Lucas tape, and it's in the floor. So we're going to jump out of it, run up here, over to this tower, and you're going to climb up the side of it because there's an invisible wall right here. You're going to climb up and over it. So that's crazy. And then we're going to chug speed pills here, and you need to follow this route, which I forget sometimes as well. There's like a bunch of invisible walls all over the place, so you need to remember that. We're going to run up the side here. An interesting thing to note is that when you are in an overlap state like this, you don't take fall damage. So as you can see here, I'm not going to take any fall damage, which is massive. Just a fun bonus. We're going to run over here. I think at some point, yeah, so right here, where these 2 rocks meet, it just has no collision. So we're going to go through this area, run up the side here, and then I think run in vaguely this direction. And there's an invisible wall here, I think. Somewhere there's an invisible wall. But we're just running to the bunker. Okay, I think you want to be up here. There's an invisible wall somewhere, alright? Trust me. I'm the speedrunner, so believe me. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. No, wait. That's right. Make your way over here. Again, you should probably just watch ItzScaree's run to see the exact lines he takes here, because I'm bad at remembering them. But we want to run over to the bunker. That's the bunker, by the way. That's the radio tower. This giant crane is from Old Factory. Now, in the bunker in Elysium Park has massive invisible walls around it, because obviously they don't want you getting into it early. Unfortunately, that doesn't really stop us, because we have a massive crane. How convenient is this, by the way? There's just this massive fucking crane right next to the massive invisible wall we need to scale. Like, this game has so many things that it like need to go right, and they all just work. So this is really annoying, and also this is a soft lock point. But underneath the crane, underneath the right side, there's this pole, is where these fences meet. You can jump up the side of it. It's kind of annoying to get started, but there's invisible walls here. You can see here I'm just going up them, and you're just gonna want to keep doing that until you get up to the top here. And I'm banging my head against this roof here. So what you want to do then is you want to look above the radio here, and then keep doing that. And eventually, if you do it just right, it's kind of like patience type of thing. It's very easy to fall here, by the way. I know the walls are invisible, but just trust me on that one. You're like, if you do it just right, you'll like jump up onto the ledge. There we go. Right, so there's a ledge here, and then you want to step back until you feel like, you see how I was holding right there and backwards, and I moved in at a certain point. If I walk forward now, you can see I'm like rubbing up against an invisible wall. You want to walk into that and like jump and land, jump and land, jump and land, jump and land, and then like just keep going up it. Be very careful because it's a very thin wall, and if you fall on the other side of it, you will soft lock. Falling in between these two fences is a soft lock. And we're like 40 minutes into the run here. And then you want to jump up to here. And once you're on this crane, you should be safe. So then what you do here is you run across, and I wonder if you can make... I'm going to test this out. No, okay. That's why we have no clip and development tools. Alright. So what you're meant to do is what you have to do is you have to run to the left side here, and then there's this pathway here, and just drop down onto the stairwell or onto the floor, you idiot, and then run up that stairwell and fight the boss. So now we're in the bunker, by the way. Massive. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can do something for us over here. I'm going to do a bit of a hacker man's and show you the walls here. So I have this neat... I hope that recording didn't lose too much. Whoops. Okay. I'll have to watch that back later. Okay, so here I want to find the object, get the game object. I forget what the original snippet was, but there was some code here to let me you know what? Pausing the recording is a good idea. I'm going to pause the recording. F7. It's not working. Okay, I have some of the walls up now. Player wall cube. Fuck. Yes. Okay, that should be... These should be the important walls. So. Oh, okay. Okay. You can imagine most of it, alright? There's some walls here that I'm missing, right? So when you jump up, this is the wall. These are the this is the fence post you want to jump up. This bar. So if you just look at this, you'll start going up, and then eventually you'll latch onto this wall, which is slanted. Alright, these splines are slanted. So we're coming up this, which is what we're climbing up earlier. And remember, you're not gonna have the benefit of being able to look at this during the run. So learn it invisibly, but as you can see here, that's what we're jumping up, and that right there is what we're trying to get our hands on. This little ledge, right? So I'm just trying to like look up here and land on this. And if I fall down, it's very likely that I fall down to the bottom here. So if you start falling, just hold left, and you should be able to land on this, right? I'm looking a bit to the right, so I go towards the right. I think I don't know if that's important. Like that. And I eventually land on top of this. So now when I'm walking across, remember I said like hold D and right? That is the part where I'm like I fall back on, and this is the wall we climb up. You can also like climb up. Well, if you walk too far backwards, you'll fall into the abyss and you'll soft lock. So don't do that. So walk into this, climb up this wall, and if you once you get high enough, you could like fall between here and the edge. So don't do that, and then land up here. I've definitely soft locked to this before. And yeah, you want to walk over here. Very thin, by the way. Oh, yep. Here's the soft lock. So don't do that. But yeah, look how thin these walls are. Very, very, very thin. You can fall off easily. So again, to recap, you climb up here. Go up on these walls right here. And then land on this, which is the hardest part of this trick. And then walk backwards. Get up onto this. Go up. And then you're up on top of this. You're on top of the wall. You can get over here, and we want to... There's some more invisible walls above these fences as well, which is why it's impossible to like do it without BTO abuse. But that's not important, because now we can just get here, okay? Cool! We understand now. I am doing cool things, Blaze. I'm doing cool things up there. So now, with our radio, we're going to do the Flash boss fight. And there's a lot of RNG in this boss fight, to be fair, but you can do things to mitigate it. Right, let's just see how this goes. So, when you run off these stairs, the Flash will spawn. You'll hear him. Yeah, there he is. Crouch hovering does not negate fall damage. Our fall damage, we didn't take any there because we're overlapping Old Factory and Elysium Park, and when we're overlapping things, we have no fall damage for some reason. So he shoots out rockets that fly towards us, and there are a bunch of walls in a circle here, and we want to break them basically because it allows for more movement, but we need to get inside most importantly. So you run over here, and you want them to break. So over there, that is, when we use the radio on that point, it'll like basically activate, it'll allow us to use the big gun again, right? So we want this bullet here, we want it to break that box, and, oh, I guess we want it to break this wall so we can get inside, but I guess it's not super important. But we want over here, and we activate this. When you have the blue on this, that means you can use the radio. There are 4 corners up here, and each one of them has one of these points, right? And after each phase, the next one is enabled. So this one is enabled first, right? Which is opposite the stairs. So the stairs are back there, okay? So the one behind us is first. The one next to the stairs is second. The one in that corner over there is third. And then that one in the back corner is fourth, I'm pretty sure. So, you can hear, he was shooting something up, right? So, he'll like shoot these walls and break them, and there's a console over there. It starts over there, and that's what we need, right? We need that to be facing the Flash. So, we want to get this as soon as possible, and then we want to use this radio on these little light poles, so it starts like rotating this whole thing, right? And while this is happening, you can like stun the Flash by like shooting him. See, like he moves around randomly, which is really annoying. So here I'm actually going to make it turn around because, you know, it's probably faster to do this. So now he's like stunned a bit. I'm gonna shoot these barrels, these explosive barrels, so that it breaks some of the wall. Right. So as you can see, I wanted to move out the front, but I couldn't because it's in the way. So now we're going to see the Flash shoot. I'm going to press that button, and it's going to hopefully connect with him. No, okay. Press this again. You can see he's on the view here as like that white skeleton. And while this is happening, you just need to run around and like pick up gear and shit if you need to. But you need to wait at the foot of the next one, because the longer you take in between doing that and then pressing the button is just more time for him to move around. And then you can shoot him to stun him a bit, which will help you. So now I'm going to run over and prepare this next area. Activate it and then run over as fast as you can. You know, even loop reel if you want. And then activate this. So you can see he's already moved a bit. But he was still in the view, so we could still get it. And now the last one's over here in this corner. So you can see here, this is really awkward because I don't have enough. I can't like, so I need to shoot this. So now I can easily run back through. So now he's jetting again. It's really annoying. And that's bad RNG. It happens sometimes. So I'm going to activate this early, so it'll activate as soon as it hovers over him. And the 4th time it happens, as you can see here, we've got the objective, is basically the end of that boss fight. So now while this is happening, you can run around, you can pick up items. Because we still have one more level to go after this. But he comes up on this side. Behind, yeah, over this side. And you want to just basically, after he says a crazy old man is when he activates. So you can see now I can interact with them. Right now, with the eye symbol. And then I can run around and just pick up more items. If you shoot some of the barrels, they'll like have shit underneath them. So if you need more gear. There's some health right there. It's just something to do, right? Because it's like a cutscene at this point. So yeah, I've got like no bullets, so I actually want some bullets. If I could have them. But I guess flare gun, you don't really want to use flare gun bullets to do that. So there's a thing in the sky. Oh yeah, you need to do that as soon as possible, either way. So maybe wait until after you interact with that to pick stuff up. My brain is ADHD mode, so it doesn't really think about that sort of thing. Those bullets, by the way, these things are for the shotgun, which you don't get in this route. So don't worry about it. If you see those, just ignore it. By the way, this is sick as fuck. I love this part of the game. Oh my god, this game is so cool. Lucas Cole, if you can hear me, this is Desmond Wales. Do you read? Holy hell! How are you doing this? Are you okay? I'm hanging in there, but I could use your help. Get to my office. I read you loud and clear, brother. Help is on the way. By the way, the door spawns next to the stairs. And by the way, very important that you BTO here. I have forgotten this BTO so many times. But there we go. Okay. And now we're going on to building 5. Or building 6. Oh my god. And this is the exit Elysium Park split. In settings. Watching out for the pause. Okay, whenever it's ready though. There we go. Oh, that took ages. Okay. So there's a very high chance of soft locking, I think, here. So we need to be careful. I think in this any percent route, you could just jump down straight to the bottom and grab the tape. Be careful because you could like soft lock here if you can't get up onto the truck. So this fence, see how the fence here, sometimes it falls towards you, which is pog, but sometimes it falls away, right? And that fence we usually use to get up. There's a little lump here in the middle that you can use though. So chug a lure pill and then jump up, hopefully. Or don't, I guess. There we go. Yeah, crouching there when you jump is good too. So then you want to grab that tape and then run over to here in this back corner. near the stairs, and you should be able to get a checkpoint. This is really important. So watch out for the checkpoint. There we go. And now we load that checkpoint. I think. Yeah, load that checkpoint. And we want to pause like as soon as we can. I'm coming out of this to BTO. I actually paused just then. I don't know why. I just by habit. But it'll just guarantee an early pause, I think. I'm not sure. You can pause after you load in. I think either way works. You'll have the BTO button anyways. Wesman Dales. Do you weed? It's taking ages though. I'm gonna unpause. No need to have it paused. But you'll just spawn into the abyss, so just be wary of that. And this loading checkpoint will also deload everything that's not supposed to be loaded. There we go. You can see I'm in the abyss right now. Oh, that's old factory still. Yeah, so BTOing here will unload that. There is so much to this run. Can you believe I've been talking for 2 hours straight and this isn't even 100%? But we're almost there. The last level is relatively straightforward. So now we're in this final area and we want to just load that final tape that we've got. But we need her to start talking.
A tape? So, it's all connected.
Ugh.
Sadly, yes. Had I listened to Lucas sooner, maybe I wouldn't be in this mess.
I can't, dude. Oh, can you believe that you're gonna have to listen to for 2 hours straight again? Or at least on 2 times speed?
I know.
So you can see here, by the way, if you're like familiar with the casual playthrough, there's two, I think there's 2 layers of dialogue happening here.
This is what he's been waiting for. How this ends is up to you.
And you can
No luck. Time to play another tape.
play the tape. And it'll instead of playing through here, it'll play through this closet. Because it's cute like that. Here we go. And this is my favorite part of the run. Even with all the skips that we have, and all of like the knowledge we have and how we can break this game apart, there's still one part of this run that we still can't skip. And I think it like really builds up the anxiety and interest that you have after 50 minutes of playing, or 40 minutes, right? This performance, you can't skip. You know what's wrong with you, a lethal case of deja vu. Sit on the edge, stare into the void. Maybe you're sane, or maybe just paranoid. I hear them. Oh, here comes the savior, who can break these thoughts away from me. So this final level has low gravity, and it can be a bit awkward to get used to, but the beauty of low gravity is that you have enough time in the air to regenerate your stamina. So it's basically infinite stamina if you do sprint jumping, right? So there's a few strats that you can use at the start. So you gotta run up to him, by the way. He finishes after a while, and you have to interact with him.
Ready.
Look backwards, because a door will spawn behind you. You can't be looking at it. So then, there we go. Once you see the light, that means you know you're in. And boom, now we're in rainbow tape. So there are, I'm just gonna flip no clip here. There are these islands here in an S shape, okay? And there's debris in between. So you can do this 2 different ways, 3 different ways. You can either do it normally and just run across, or you can jump onto the objects And these objects, I think, are random. But, like, you won't, like, random in the sense, like, oh, well, if you fall off, by the way, just load last checkpoint. They're random in the sense that, like, you won't get the same configuration twice, but, like, every configuration is about the same. So it doesn't really matter. If you do it this way, by the way, if you go across the middle, you won't get the checkpoints that you normally would. So just be wary. If you fall, like, you have to go back to the start, which makes this quite risky. So just, like, figure out what you can. Crouch hover will help you here. See, this one I don't even need. Crouch hover. And you can also use the lure pills to just move way faster. There's a checkpoint here. Huge lag spike. So now we're going to run towards here. Again, when you're dropping, if you just want to, like, chuck in a crouch hover or two, just, like, to make sure that you make the jumps, feel free to. So we're going to enter this door at the end here. Oh. 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 Psych! You can make this jump over the middle, by the way, with crouch hover. Boys and girls, you don't need to. Don't do that. That's just a fun tidbit. So we have to pick up 5 tapes that he drops. First one is here, I think. Over here. So you can see these large bits of red is where he's going to slam down, and that'll deal tons of knockback to you. So watch out for that. That is just really annoying. Also, he chucks objects at you. And that'll be happening throughout the entirety of this. Oh well, I didn't look in the correct direction. Oh yeah, these spinning things in the tapes will just chuck you in a random direction. We can abuse them in certain places. But just be careful if you don't know what you're doing. So we run over to the right after you get the last one. So you can see our inventory, we have 5 tapes, and our cursor is on tape rainbow. So yeah, run over here. Some items on the floor that you can grab. So now you can see this tape comes over here, and we're going to skip a bit of this tape. Oh, you can see I just got knocked back by that, which is annoying. Okay, yeah. So when you come in, you want to run to the right, pop a pill, and you want to jump on the side of this wall and, like, sprint up again. It's kind of finicky, but you can get it. And then I'll skip a major part of this section. And you want to run to the back part of this tape, and then you can just jump on the fence, up and over, and then put the watcher tape in this. So you have to scroll down once, then hit record, and then jump back over this. There's some pills here if you want them. And here what you want to do is you want to jump over and land on this part of this spinning thing, and it'll chuck you in this direction. So just, you know, a bit of time save there. There were also two pills I didn't pick up back there if you wanted them. So here now, you know, jump through this. And your run is only valid if you high-five this guy. There we go, we're good. With crouch hover, you can pop a pill here and make this jump quite easily. I'm going to show, I think I'm going to try and show a technique here. I'm not actually good at it. I think if you watch ItzScaree's run, I think he's second right now. I'll be here the world record for a while. If you stand here, pop a pill, and then jump into this side of this tape, you'll get, like, flung way over there towards the ending. But it's really risky, so I wouldn't really do it. You can soft lock over here, by the way. There's a way to soft lock, so I'll show you. Once you're over in that sort of area, so what we're going to do is we're going to run across this tape wall instead of doing all this normally. When you're over here, if you fall, you can activate a checkpoint that'll, like, put you in this infinitely folding state. So you'll just, like, spawn and die, spawn and die, spawn and die, which is bad because then you lose. Here we go. So just don't do that, basically. Oh, see how I almost fell there? Yeah, I would just try and sprint jump punch there. See, there's the checkpoint, that would kill you. But yeah, you want to make sure that you have flare gun bullets. Okay. Yeah. I think to make this, you have to jump on the right side here. Yeah, jump on the right side, and then you can run on top. Chuck a flare gun bullet in there. If you need another flare gun bullet, there will be some inside of here. So record over that one and then jump back over here. And similarly, we're going to skip the majority of the next tape as well. So when you see it coming, you can kind of jump in and then just start crouch hovering over. You know, just jump early. There are some loop pills here if you want them. So we're going to come up this wall right here, which is also slanted. And then jump over here, run up this wall. And then, this is a relatively new skip. We used to, so the normal way is like run over here, come over here, then up, and do some things. Then we used to jump up, come up here, and then jump over down there, which is fast. But now with crouch hover, if you start over here, you can make that jump. So you want to make sure that you're like looking right there, like on the left side of this, on the slanted part, because it is kind of tight. Oh, see how I barely missed that? And if you miss it, just load last checkpoint, because you'll start at beginning of Max's tape. So it is a bit of time loss. So you should practice this jump. But it is fucking beautiful when you nail it, though. It's fucking beautiful. So those lure pills might be not necessary for you to grab, by the way. You don't have enough.
You know what I think? I think this isn't going the way you thought it would. And it's eating you.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? BTO before crouch hover. I found crouch hover, but like I just tried it, and I was like, oh shit, this works. What the fuck? Like you don't expect it to work because it's so simple. But yeah, you can just like land on this and then spam jump up, and you climb all the way up here, and then put the max tape in. Run over this side because the Lucas. Oh wow! Don't do that. Pay attention when you're running, I guess, because Lucas' tape will spawn in on this side. And we're also going to perform a skip on this tape whenever it decides to come over. Oh. Okay, I'm pretty sure I pressed record, but if it doesn't spawn in, it's because you forgot to press record. So maybe I'm stupid.
Progress was made. Change
Is possible. Just waiting for this bad boy to jump in. So there's a few different skips you can do here. I will show you the best one first, if I can, because I'm kind of cringe. There's some loop pills here. So yeah, run over here. So in this section, you need to like use the radio on these 4 different things, but we can skip that. So we're gonna run over here onto this giant anvil-looking thing and just climb up the side of it. Again, it's slanted, which is awesome. And that is the gate that opens. But we can crouch hover it, like loop hill, crouch hover, jump onto that tree. Okay, or maybe someone better than me can. It's a very small hitbox, the top of the tree. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get it, because this is, I think this is done in the record. My god, why am I so bad? There we go. You can land on this, then pop another pill, and then jump across. There's a huge invisible wall there. That is a huge invisible wall. What happens if you miss out in the run? Good question. Alright, if you fall down here, then there's a good backup. You run across over to this area, and this tree right here is slanted, so you can just climb up it. So that is your backup. You'll lose a bit of time, but at least it exists. Or your alternative is just go for this straight away if you don't want to lose. Like, it's faster than having it as a backup, right? But yeah, that's your backup.
Well, if Lucas taught me anything, it's that sometimes the voices in your head
So So yeah, if I was going for record, I would try it once and then go. And then once you record this is the final stretch. So just pop pills. If you need to crouch over to make these jumps, do so. Wow, don't do that. Crouch hover whenever it makes it easier for you. No shame. I've had moments in this run where he's throwing an object as I'm like jumping over this, and like it prevents me from making the jump. So just be careful. So yeah, record over him. This is the rainbow tape. Make an appointment. You don't need to flare gun him, but if you have spare, that's the way to go. So yeah, you'll lose your items, and then this will happen. Oh, I guess you won't lose your items. Okay. So here's something very important. You want to beat your out of this door as well, but this might freak you out. You might not get the fade out, which is really annoying. And if you don't get the fade out, you might look at that and go, "Oh shit!" Right? What's happening? Crouch hovering does not maintain sprint speed. I don't think so. What was I gonna say? Right. So if you don't get the fade out, just like pause and BTO anyways. I don't think the timing actually matters here at all, right? So just be careful. If I don't get the BTO here, I'm just gonna pause and BTO like I normally would. I did get it this time. But yeah, sometimes you're just like still standing there, right? So just like, yeah, figure it out. You want to BTO here because it'll skip the outro sequence. And that's rainbow tape exit, by the way. Rainbow tape entry is when you enter the closet door. So yeah, pause here and see this is the outro of Desmond's tape, which is cute. But now we're in here and we throw it over here, get her to start talking, and you can just wait for her, but like it is a little bit faster to jump out the window here. If you fall down, it's soft lock, so don't yell at me. But it is a bit faster to jump out here. You still have to wait for her to go away and finish her dialogue, but you know, it's a little faster. You have to grab the key that she drops. So, oh, grab the key, and then you can run upstairs. I think you can like, I think you have to like wait over here or something. I'm not sure. So she's not spawned in yet, but that checkpoint, I think that checkpoint. Yeah, now she's spawned in, and then you interact with her or get her to start talking.
I wish this ending had been a happier one.
But life doesn't work that way. Oh shit.
Getting rid of me will be the challenge of a lifetime. You may have won the battle.
You could like
Only save
do a bit of stand management with it, but at that point it's just fast to like regen, I think.
and you are powerless.
So I wouldn't even bother. Also, it sounds miserable, so if it is faster, don't. Please.
Don't listen to him. He's afraid because he knows exactly what you're capable of.
What am I capable of?
Time ends when you pet the cat.
Patience and grace.
But again, it'll do it automatically.
This is goodbye.
I'll highlight the stream after this, Blaze, so you can do it ASAP. Well, I mean, the whole VOD is basically it.
I'm sorry.
So you want to look at Tonia.
It was my fault. I should have known.
If you want to, just like do it while you're jumping or something.
You loved me, and that's all I ever cared about.
or crouching. And you'll do something weird with the camera at the end.
In your head, so that's something.
I mean, we're about to, for everything. Now you can see I can interact with Tonia.
You're a real cool cat.
Oh, 135? Oh,
Yeah,
I should have hesitated at the end.
no.
And that, my friends, is where time stops. Again, it's automatic. And that is in sound mind, any %. Let's go! Finally, we have a tutorial. Okay, I want to say that there will be tons of links, I'm sure, in the description of this video. I'm going to upload this onto the Indie Horror Speedruns Discord, by the way. Oh, not Discord. YouTube channel. Thank you, thank you. In the description, you'll find tons of resources, like any amendments that I make. You'll find them there. You'll also find, if you're not for some reason already in there, a link to the Indie Horror Speedruns Discord, where I will help you out personally if you need help, any clarifications, any extra clips. If you need help getting version 1.02 of Inside Mind, which is absolutely essential for this, as I mentioned at the beginning, DM me, and I will help you out. We will get it sorted. We will give you access to 1.02, and you'll be able to start doing runs. Yes. 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 Also, please play this game normally. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful game. I don't know what to say. If you're patient, I guess do the speedrun. The world record right now is 53:39 by Isaac, and it can probably go lower, but he's amazing. You should go check him out. And the run, watch his run to see how it's done. I think he mentioned it some time losses that he wasn't proud of, but still, I'm sure it's a very good run. ItzScaree, who was in here earlier, also he held the In Sound Mind all categories, what I called, for a little bit. He's great. He's a legend of the game. He's on carpal tunnel right now, so we can't really get the runs back, but he's also a legend. You should check him out. And of course, I have the 100% record, and if at some point there's enough I might do a 100% at least commentary. That is a task and a half, so I wouldn't be I wouldn't be waiting for that one. But yeah, I mean, there you go. That is Inside Mind. Finally, I'm so glad that I just sat down and decided to do this, but it took 2 hours of effort. Thank you for being here, players. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna end the video now. I love this outro section.
Desmond, can you hear me? Are you in there? Damn it. Desmond, you're breathing. Yes. I heard you, man. I heard you in the back of my mind. My goodness, what did you do to this place? Judging by the package on the table, I guess they got to you before I did. Bastards. You'll be all right, my friend. Rest. And when you feel better, we'll take the fight to them.
I can't wait for Inside Mind 2.